Yes, guys, yes, people, welcome back to Larry Talks Football and welcome to another episode of Premier League predictions. And this weekend, it is game week 21, part 2. If you haven't watched part 1, make sure you go over to this link so that you can see the part 1 where I've done the predictions for 5 teams. Because, like I said, last weekend was the start of it, and this weekend will be the end of it. So 5 teams were playing last Saturday, and we've seen that Luton and Burnley draw that game 1-1. Chelsea beat Fulham 1-0. Man City beat Newcastle 3-2. Man United and Spurs draw, and also Everton and Aston Villa draw. So we've seen 2 wins in those games and 3 draws. So there you go. So it looks like I haven't got 3 points. The only points I've got was the Man City win because I went for 2-1 and it ended 3-2. The Luton Burnley game, if I wouldn't have went for a draw, I would have gotten 3 points. The Chelsea one, I said 1-1, but it's actually 1-0. The Everton one, I thought Aston Villa would win, but it's actually 0-0. And that Spurs one, I thought Man United would win, excuse me, but it actually ended a 2-2 draw. So the only points I've got was against Manchester City. So yeah, disappointed about that one. But hopefully for part 2, I'll be able to get like a good decent points and maybe just one game I get 3 points. So yeah, so this weekend will be the end of the winter break. And for those players, for teams who are played in the third one we play, it's not going to be good for them because Tuesday and Saturday, Wednesday, if I was them, yeah, I would had a game, to rest because one game of resting is better than having to play the midweek and play on the next day. So that's why I'm so glad that Chelsea didn't get to play on the replay, you know, because we got Middlesbrough, for 1 week. So Chelsea, their last game was about it was about a week ago, and we got Middlesbrough this Tuesday. So if I was you, yeah, having that 1 week and a couple of days as West is so much better than to play midweek and play the next game in about 4 days' time. So yeah, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, West Ham played against Bristol City. They've lost on Tuesday. Everton played Crystal Palace. They've also lost. So for those teams who played in midweek, it's not going to be benefit for them because Crystal Palace have got a London derby against Arsenal tomorrow, and West Ham got that game against Sheffield United on Sunday. So maybe that could be good for them. Maybe it couldn't. But yeah, like I said, for those who played in the FA Cup this week, earlier this week, I'm not sure if they're going to have some good rest because the injuries, and all that stuff. So there we go. But yeah, some huge games today. The big one is Arsenal versus Crystal Palace. Can Arsenal bounce back because Crystal Palace haven't got a Elise and plus they've lost last week. Sorry, against Everton. And another one is Bournemouth Liverpool. I mean, Bournemouth's trying to really do good under their new manager. But if and the question is, will they get to a zone against Liverpool because Liverpool on top of the league? And by the way, Mo Salah is injured. Because yesterday, Egypt against Ghana, which I did tell you, I'm going to give you guys what happened yesterday. That ended a 2-2 draw. Ghana took the lead, then Egypt, then Ghana took the lead, then Egypt. So in that game, in the 42nd minute, Mo Salah got an injury like a hamstring or something like that. And once you see that, yeah, it could be 2 to 3 weeks. So there's a possibility he might miss the Arsenal game, which is a huge game, and also the Fulham game because they went 2-1 aggregate. So he's also likely to miss the Chelsea game, the Fulham game, and potentially the Arsenal game. 3 big games. So if he misses those games, then Liverpool could be in serious trouble. So the big question is, if since even though Egypt I still have a chance. Who's going to be playing on the right hand side? When Mo Salah gets injured. So there you go. So if you're a Liverpool fan, I'm not sure. Well, I'm not sure what's going to happen to you guys, but if you're a Liverpool fan, you must be very worried. And to me, if I was a Liverpool fan, I'll also be worried as well. So yeah, that ended in a 2-2 draw. So Ghana or Egypt did a win, and If one of them don't win on the final match day, one of them will be out. So would it be Ghana or would it be Egypt? Because so if I let me have a look at the table, let me see how it stands right now. 1 second, guys, because I know that Cape Verde um is um is on top right now, but have they won their game today? Let me have a look. Oh, they did. Oh, wow. So Cape Verde beat Moscow beat 3-0. And that means that Cape Verde might be through to the next round. Um, 1 second, guys. Oh, my phone is not. 1 sec. My phone is not picking it up. There we go. So yeah, Cape Verde is through to the next round because Egypt are in second place, Ghana in third place, Amoxabi is in fourth place. So it looks like Cape Verde are through to the next round. Wow, wow, wow. So yeah, if Ghana want to go through to the next round, they need to win their game. If Egypt want to go through, they need to also win their game. If Cape Verde, who have they got next? They have got Egypt next. So that is a huge game. So if Egypt lose this one, they might be out. They might be out. So yeah, so let me tell you what the reason is. If teams finish in first or second place, they're through to the knockout stages. If teams finish in third place, there's a possibility they could go through. So if that was them, yeah, don't be in third place because there's a possibility you can go through or not. If teams are in fourth place, they're out and they have to go straight back to their team. So yeah, that is interesting. But yeah, that is the 2-2 draw. And Cape Verde beat Moscow beat 3-0 earlier today. So wow, things are looking interesting in group B in that table. So there we go. But yeah, that's just a quick update for you. Like if Bournemouth were able to beat Liverpool, despite Mo Salah not being as scored. And let me tell you something, yeah. Ever since Mo Salah didn't play for Liverpool, which is the AFCON for Egypt, the last 10 games, guess what? Liverpool don't lose here when Mo Salah is not in that squad. Of the last 10 games, they've won seven and they've drawn three and they haven't lost. And you can see that again, and I'm not sure if that stat is in the Premier League. I mean, if it was in all competitions, I believe still that Liverpool might be still undefeated and without Mo Salah in that squad. So that's what I'm thinking. But yeah, so the big question is, even though Liverpool aren't without Mo Salah, would they still continue to be unbeaten against unbeaten without Mo Salah? Well, you have to you have to wait until find out when I do my predictions on that one. So yeah. All right, guys. So without no wasting time, let's just quickly do my predictions. But before we get things started, if you guys haven't done so, subscribe to this channel if you're new. Called Light Talks Football. Make sure you share this video. Tell everybody to like type it in and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the bonus notification so that I never miss any of my YouTube content. As as I won't be doing any one until Tuesday because there's not because Saturday I've got some delivery to do, and then on Sunday I have to go to church. So that's why this weekend there won't be any content until Tuesday when Chelsea go to Middlesbrough at Stamford Bridge. So yeah, so this is my last one until Tuesday. So there we go. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and make sure you click the share button so that you guys can also give your predictions as well in the comments down below. So without further ado, let's start. So the first game, which I mentioned, is a London derby, and it is Arsenal versus Crystal Palace, and that will be kicking off tomorrow afternoon at lunchtime at the Emirates Stadium. Now, I believe last season also beat them 3-1, I believe. So yeah, and now they're really good. And yeah, listen, Crystal Palace, I'm hearing that Michael Lise might not be available, but Eze will. And the question is, who's going to be playing on the right hand side? Because without Michael Lise, Crystal Palace won't be the same team like they beat against Brentford when they beat them 3-1. So listen, this is a must-win game for Arsenal because a couple of things. Number one, they had the weeks of rest. Well, close to 2 weeks actually, close to 2 weeks. So that's number one. Number two is at their ground, and the only team to only beat Arsenal at the Emirates this season in the Premier League is West Ham and Liverpool, but that was in the Carabao Cup. In the Premier League, it's only West Ham. And number three, like I said, Crystal Palace, even though they beat Brentford this season, they haven't been really good. They've been up and down, you know, and they haven't got their best player, Michael Lise. So this is a must-win game for Arsenal because that one win in seven needs to end. Their last win, I believe, wait, Arsenal against Brighton, was that game a month ago? Because I know today is the 19th. Arsenal versus Brighton. Let me have a look. Yeah, it's about a month ago, since Arsenal got their last win in the league, because that game was on the 17th and today's the 19th of January. So about a month ago, one win in seven in all competitions, or maybe one win in five if you want to put that in the league. Like Arsenal, they cannot afford to drop points because look at this. Since as Villa didn't win, it didn't win against Everton, looking at this table, if Arsenal win, they're back in the title race because they will be in third place, I believe. Yeah, they will be above Aston Villa because their goal difference is um is better than Aston Villa, but they'll be in third place because Man City have got a better goal difference and they've got a game in hand. So listen, Arsenal need to win because if because Tottenham also dropped points against Manchester United, so there's also opportunity to go 3 points behind. Sorry, 2 points behind Liverpool because Liverpool in 45 points and Arsenal are in 40 points. So listen, Arsenal need to win. If they don't, if they don't win this game, like if they lose or draw again, or maybe perhaps lose again, that'll be four times in a row, you know, that Arsenal have lost in all competitions. And I believe that'll be three in the Premier League. And guess what? This is a London derby. And this season, like I said, also in London derbies have particularly been that great. They've drawn against Fulham and they lost to them on New Year's Eve. They drew against Chelsea. They lost against West Ham. Who else? They've only managed to beat Brentford 1-0. They only managed to beat Crystal Palace 1-0. Who else? It was a London team. Tottenham, they drew 2-2. So I think that might be it. Who else? Am I missing? Am I missing? Yeah. Um, West Ham, yes. The Bournemouth, Fulham, Brentford. Yeah, I think that's it. So, yeah, Arsenal's only win in London derbies was against Brentford, 1-0. The rest of them was draws and defeats. So, Arsenal cannot lose this London derby for the third time in a row because West Ham beat them, beat them at the Emirates, and Fulham beat them next. So this is another London derby for Arsenal. They need to win that game because they drop points, then I don't see Arsenal winning the league. The Champions League, I don't see them winning it because Porto, even though they're if there is an easy team, it's going to be difficult. So Mikel Arteta's got two chances of winning this trophy. Because if he don't win the trophy, and if he ends up not finishing the top four, he needs to get sacked. He needs to, because Arsenal cannot go to another season without with a winless trophy. They just can't. They are a big club, and they need to start acting like it. So to me, Mikel Arteta's got two chances. If he fails, yeah, two of them, and not finishing the top four, for me, he needs to get sacked. He needs to. So, and I asked my Arsenal fans, and they said, "Listen, I think it's way too early, but they do understand what they mean." So, listen, if Arsenal don't win, then serious question needs to be asked of Mikel Arteta and some of the players, the likes of Bukayo Saka, Martinelli, Trossard. Like these players were really good last season, but this season, I'm not sure what's going on with them. So listen, they went to the bar, they had some West, so now it's time for them to deliver. So for this game tomorrow, I'm gonna go for an Arsenal win of 2-1. And I know that every time I predict an Arsenal win, they always seem to lose. But this time, I believe they'll win because, like I said, Crystal Palace haven't been scoring a lot of goals. The only goal scorer for me in that game is going to be Eze. That's the only goal scorer. But for Arsenal, I think Martin Odegaard will score, and maybe perhaps the likes of Gabriel Jesus because he is back for Arsenal after that injury. So that's really big news. So yeah, Gabriel Jesus and Martin Odegaard to score in that one. If Arsenal win that game, maybe I should not be predicting Arsenal wins anymore, like my good friend Shani Smith told me not to in the last one. So yeah, but listen, Arsenal have to win. It's a must win. They cannot drop points. They just can't. If they don't win, maybe I won't. Maybe I just don't think I'm going to be able to trust Arsenal to win any of those games, or maybe I won't be able to predict that one. So yeah. But listen, Arsenal 2-1 is going to be my prediction for that game tomorrow. So yeah. And then on Saturday night, of course, both those games will be live on TNT Sports. So also Crystal Palace, TNT Sports 1, and the same goes for Brentford and Nottingham Forest because that is a big game. Like Nuno has only lost one game so far, and let me see, let me not because in midweek they just managed to beat Blackpool 3-2 after they drew 2-2. Um, yeah, their only loss was against Bournemouth. That's the only loss in all competitions. But look at this. Um, so yeah, out of these one, two, three, four, five, out of these last 5 games in all competitions, Nuno has won 3 of them. 3 of them. They've lost against Bournemouth, which I don't think that should have happened, and a draw against Blackpool as well. So yeah, so he's only had 3 wins. So and plus, and most of them were away from home. So the likes of Newcastle, Blackpool. So there you go. But listen, the reason why it's going to be a difficult game is because, like I mentioned yesterday, Ivan Tony is back. He is back, and also after 8 months of not playing for Brentford. He is back. And let's not forget, Mbemu has got an injury. So they need a player that can step up and play up top. And that is Ivan Tony. So he is back. So and listen, he needs to start that game tomorrow because to take a look at this. Well, yeah, well, I'll tell you, sorry, our phone is just in a mess. But yeah, look at this table. Look at this. Brentford on 19 points. 19. They're only 3 points above the relegation. So listen, Ivan Tony here needs to be scoring goals like every single game. Because Brentford, for me, I didn't predict them to finish in to like finish in the relegation, so not even close to it. I predicted them to finish like in ninth or 10th. So the fact that right now they're in 60th with with 3 points above the relegation, to me, Ivan Tony needs to be proving to Brentford fans that they are back. And this game is at the GT Community Stadium. So yeah. So listen, and Brentford of the last 5 games Brentford have lost 5 games in a row. 5 games, not Everton. Sorry. Yeah, look at that. Brentford have lost 5 games so far this season, and those games were Wolves in the well, sorry, Crystal Palace, Wolves, Aston Villa, Sheffield United, and Brighton. So the last 5 games of the league, they've lost 5. So listen, Brentford need to bounce back. And since Ivan Tony's back, I think the atmosphere, I think the fans and the managers and the players will be happy for him that he's back. I think he might be starting that game. I'm not quite sure, but let's see what Thomas Franks thinks of that. And yeah, I feel like the players is really going to be desperate to give the ball to Ivan Tony because he's the main penalty taker. He scored 20 goals last season. He can score brilliant goals outside of the box. So they need this guy to be doing what he's like continue what he's been doing before the 8th month ban. So yeah. So yeah, this game is going to be difficult because Forest are doing one of the new no. For Brentford short for Brentford, Ivan Tony's back. So when I saw this fixture, I thought to myself it's going to be like a 2-2 draw. But the fact that Ivan Tony's back, I feel like Brentford are going to get that win. So for this game, I'm going to go for 2-1 Brentford. I'm going to go for 2-1 because I think it's going to be a very tough game to predict. It's going to be very tight. But I feel like Brentford, since Ivan Tony's back and since he's their main striker who's staying and not leaving this January, which I think that's a good idea, I feel like I feel like the atmosphere when he comes back is going to be electric, and I don't think Nottingham Forest are going to be able to handle that one. So that's why I think Brentford will edge that one. So it's going to be a tight game. The goals go for me. I'm going to go for um, a 1-year for Nottingham Forest for Brentford. I'm going to go for Ivan Tony to score twice. I'm going to go for Ivan Tony to score twice for Brentford, and he will be the man of the match, and he will know, and he will definitely be saying to himself, after scoring them goals, he'll say, "You see, I'm back." So let's see if Ivan Tony on his return can score goals for Brentford because they need to win. They need to win. If they do win and other teams drop off, Brentford can go from 16th to 14th. So it won't improve the league table, but it will start to get better and better if Brentford can start picking up wins because tomorrow it cannot be six in a row in the Premier League. It just can't. Otherwise, they're in serious trouble. Serious trouble. So there we go. So yeah, Brentford 2, Nottingham Forest 1 is going to be my prediction for that game tomorrow. So yeah, those are the two Saturdays games. Let's move on into two Sundays games, starting off with Sheffield United versus West Ham. Now, like I said before, West Ham just what sorry, not one played against Bristol City on Tuesday and they lost 1-0. Whereas for Sheffield United, they beat 4-0. I think it was Portsmouth or something, and they didn't get to play the replay. So this game, I mean, and plus, West Ham have got injuries, you know. Kun is off to AFCON, Jared Bowen as well. Who else? I think that might be it. So that's the only ones I know. So Mikel Antonio as well. I'm not sure what's happening to him. So listen, I expected West Ham to bounce back, but after that loss against the Bristol City, I believe they could lose again because I didn't get why David Moyes played a back three against Bristol City. I really don't. So it didn't make any sense because I know you got injuries, but still played that 4-2-3-1. Still put players that could like at least do well. Like I know you got injuries, but still stick to that formation because I don't know why he played the back three. So to me, I'm not sure he's going to be doing on Sunday, but to me, if West Ham would have beaten Bristol City and didn't get those injuries, and Kudus is the only player that is off, then I would have gone for West Ham win. But the fact that I had to play on Tuesday, didn't get a week's rest, and only have to rest for like 5 days. I mean, for me, this could be a really bad situation for West Ham. So, and plus, Sheffield United are at home. So, let me see the last game for Sheffield United. What was their last game at home? Let me have a look. Oh, yeah, sorry, Gillingham 4-0. What am I talking about? Sheffield United's last game was against Luton Town, and yeah, they made two mistakes, and yeah, that could have been a 2-1 Sheffield United win, but it's actually Luton Town win. So yeah, for this game on Sunday, I don't know what to say, but I can see a shock here. Well, not really, but since Sheffield United and plus Sheffield United need to win that game because looking at the table, yeah, they're in 20th place. But if they win and Burnley and Luton Town lose, Sheffield United and Everton also lose as well, then Sheffield United will be 3 points. Sorry, there will be 5 points um in 17th place. So listen, it's a must-win game for Sheffield United and maybe for West Ham too, because if they win their game, they'll be 3 points behind Tottenham. And also, if Arsenal don't win, they'll also be 3 points behind Arsenal as well. So it's a must-win game for both Sheffield United and West Ham as well. So for me, I wanted to go for West Ham win, but I thought to myself, since they played them week and they've lost, and Sheffield United didn't their last game was last week. Sorry, it was about close to like 2 weeks ago. I think Sheffield United would get that win. So sorry, West Ham fans, if you're watching this, but I'm gonna have to go for 1-0 Sheffield United because I don't know what I'm not sure if if I think David Moyes might be playing the back three again, like Sheffield and like Sheffield United do. I think you guys will dominate possession, but the fact they got injuries, the fact they had to play on Tuesday in the FA Cup and Sheffield United didn't. I'm sorry, West Ham fans, but I see Sheffield United getting that win, so I'm gonna go for 1-0. Like it's not really a shock, but Sheffield United are in bottom and they need to win that game. So yeah, I'm sorry to say this, West Ham, but I see you guys losing another game. I really did. If you guys would have been Bristol City, in the FA Cup, 2 weeks ago, then maybe I would give you a advantage, but you didn't. So I see you guys losing another game. So David Moyes needs to win, but I just don't see that happening. So yeah, I don't know who to go. I'm not sure who's going to be scoring that game, but I know they're going to get that win. So I'm going to go for Sheffield United 1-0 win against West Ham. So there we go. All right, the next one is 4:30 p.m. kickoff, and that is Bournemouth versus Liverpool. Like I said, Mo Salah is injured, but like I said before, when Mo Salah isn't in the Liverpool team, Liverpool have gone 10 games unbeaten, 7 wins and 3 draws. So the question is, are Liverpool much better without Salah? Well, of course, that would be a silly question, but when I look at those stats here, it looks like part of me saying yes, but for me, if you want me to be Will, no. So yeah, part of me saying yes, but if you want me to be Will, no. So that's the big question. But yeah, they're away to Liverpool, away to Bournemouth, which is going to be a really tough one because Tottenham only managed to beat the 1-0, I believe. Um, um, I think um, I think Arsenal only beat them like 2-0, 3-0, something like that. Chelsea they drew. Manchester United, I think they only beat the 1-0. So yeah, it's a really tough place to go to. And yeah, if you look at Bournemouth's recent results in the Premier League, um oh yeah, both teams didn't manage to play a week because they're through to the next round. So yeah, but yeah, if you look at the last couple of games of the league, they've lost against Tottenham. They beaten Fulham. They've beaten Nottingham Forest. They also beat Manchester United, Crystal Palace. They drew against Aston Villa. They beat Sheffield United, and they beat Bournemouth. I mean, sorry, Newcastle. So of the last one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. So in the last 8 games, let me see, one, two. So the last 8 games in the league, Bournemouth have won six. They've drawn one, which is against Villa, and they've also lost one, which is against Tottenham. So Bournemouth for the last 6 games have been cooking. And guess what? If Bournemouth win on Sunday, I believe they'll be on the same points as Chelsea. Okay, no, they won't be because they have a game in hand. And that was against Luton. So, but yeah, they'll be 3 points behind Chelsea, which are on 31 points. For Wolves, if they win, um, which I'll be talking about next, they'll be in the same point as Chelsea. So yeah, there we go. But listen, I'm gonna be supporting Liverpool because I don't want Bournemouth to go above us or even catch up to us if you know what I'm saying. So listen, like I said, it's gonna be a very difficult game, but I'm gonna go for a Liverpool win of probably, do I say 2-1 to them or do I say 3-1? Now, I think it might be, yeah, I'm going to go for 2-1 because it's going to be a really tough game. Because, like I said, Bournemouth have won 6 of the last 8 games of the league, drawing one and losing one. So, yeah. And plus, these two faced each other in the Carabao Cup and it ended 2-1. So, and that was at the same stadium, the Dean Court Stadium. So, I feel like it's going to be the same scoreline. I'm going to go for 2-1 Liverpool. I feel like Bournemouth. I mean, Liverpool will take the lead. And I think Bournemouth will equalize, and I think Liverpool will score again, and I think that will be game over. So listen, and plus, Liverpool need to win as well, because if they don't win, and also the likes of us, and if Arsenal do, look at that, Man City, Villa, and Arsenal. will be 3-2 points behind Liverpool. So Liverpool need to win this game. They cannot drop points. They just can't. They just can't. Because they lose, then that'll be an absolute shock. And the title race will be heating up again. So there we go. But listen, I think Liverpool will win because, like I said, without Mo Salah, they remain unbeaten in the league over the last 10 games. So yeah, for Bournemouth, I'm gonna go for Dominic Solanke because he likes scoring goals. 12 goals in the league. For Liverpool, I'm gonna go for um Jota and probably Goldie Gakpo to score for Liverpool. So yeah, those going to be the goal scorers for that game on Sunday. So yeah, 2-1 to Liverpool. Then on Monday night, the final game of the Premier League winter break, and it is Brighton against Wolves. Now, Wolves, like I mentioned, have been really good under Gareth O'Neill. For Brighton, though, they just managed to beat Stoke, but over the last couple of games here, um, so let's see in the league. So yeah, look at that. Brighton have been really doing well in the Premier League. Take a look at this. I mean, of course, their last win was against Tottenham, but the recent results have been like more draws and a couple of losses. So yeah, if you look at these stats here for both Brighton and Wolves, these stats are in Wolves' favour because they beat the likes of Chelsea, Tottenham, Man City. Could have been could have got a result against Arsenal and all that stuff. Could have been Manchester United as well. So yeah, I mean Wolves in the Premier League are doing so much better than Brighton. And take a look at this: Brighton on 31 points. So listen, if they want to finish, if they win against Wolves on Monday night, they will be in sixth place because Brighton have a goal difference of 5. For West Ham, it's 3. So there we go. So Brighton need to win that game. Whereas if Wolves win, like I said, they'll be the same points as Chelsea. So listen, for that game on Monday, I want that game to be a draw because I don't Brighton to be above us by more points, and I don't Wolves to be on the same points as Chelsea. So I'm hoping for that game to be a draw. But sorry, let me just this game is tough. It really is tough to predict because I want this game because I'm hoping this game to be a draw. But the fact that Wolves are doing well under Gary O'Neill, I can see them winning this game. I really do. And oh yeah, actually, no, actually, you know what? No, I don't see Bright. Yeah, I don't see Brighton winning because Wolves just managed to play their game on a Wednesday. But so Brighton, their last game was about 2 weeks ago in the Premier League. So I guess you know what? Yeah, I was thinking of Brighton Wolves win, but the fact that Brighton haven't been playing earlier this week might be benefit for them. So listen, I'm hoping that game ends in a draw, but deep down, I can see Brighton getting that win because I had the weeks of rest. So yeah, um, for this one, it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be really tough to predict, but I can see the Brighton get to the win. So I'm going to go for 2-1. I'm going to go for 2-1 because it really is so difficult to predict, and you can see that the only game where I didn't predict a 2-1 for the opposition, for the 2-1 is Sheffield United West Ham. You know, because if you look at Arsenal Crystal Palace, I went for 2-1, Brentford Forest 2-1, Bournemouth Liverpool, Liverpool 2-1 against Bournemouth. There's Bear 2-1, Bear. Like like I said, because Arsenal, you know, um Arsenal didn't play had a 2 weeks work. So the same it goes for Brentford, the same it goes for Liverpool, and the same it goes for Brighton. They didn't play earlier this week. So that's why to me, that's why it's gonna be a tight game. But I see those teams who didn't play, who had like a week's or 2 weeks rest, gets that win. So there we go. So yeah, so unfortunately, I see Brighton winning this game, but hopefully it ends in a 1-1 draw because that would be good for Chelsea. That would be really, really good. But I see Brighton getting that win on a Monday night. So yeah, I'm going to go for 2-1, unfortunately, to Brighton. So there we go. All right, so yeah, that is it. That is all my Premier predictions for game week number 21, and that is part number two. So yeah, like I said before, I'm gonna go through my predictions one more time. Also to win 2-1. Saturday's games, Brentford 2-1 against Nottingham Forest since Ivan Tony's back. Then on Sunday's games, I went for Sheffield United 1-0 against West Ham, 2-1 Liverpool against Bournemouth. Then on Monday night, I went for a Brighton 2-1 win against Wolves. Let's hope it doesn't happen because I'm hoping that game ends in a draw. So yeah, guys, so that is it. That is all my Premier predictions for Game Week 21 Part 2. Like I said before, if you haven't watched Part 1, make sure you go to this link up there. I'm not let me just yeah, just up there, just to make sure you don't miss the Part 1. So yeah, so the Premier League winter break will end on a Monday night, and then in about a week's time, there's a midweek games as well. So looking forward to that one. So yeah, there won't be any Premier predictions next Friday, because next weekend is the FA Cup fourth round. So there won't be any predictions for Game Week 22. That will be so that will have to wait until Monday night. So there we go. All right, guys. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you did, let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget, if you're new, hit the subscribe button below, hit the bell notification so that I never miss any of my YouTube content. Give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you smash the like so that you never miss so that you can let me know if you enjoyed this video, and also click the share button so that you guys can give your thoughts and opinions of my predictions as well. So there we go. So in this video, I talked about the Egypt Ghana game, the injuries, and then I also did my predictions. Before I end this video, I'd like to say um Kasaide is back from Chelsea on loan after his loan spell is ending from Leicester City. Now, to me, I'm pretty surprised by that because Leicester City are top of the league and they're also through to the next round. So, to him to be back for Chelsea, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm happy that he's back, but I would have thought that his loan spell would have ended on the summer transfer window. So that's very strange. But yeah, he's back for Chelsea. So I just want to give you guys up to date on that one. So yeah, very very happy he's back, and let's hope him and Andre Santos we give him some game time because in pre-season both of them looked really really good as a two number eight. So there we go. So I'm happy that he's back. So that's the latest information I've got to give you guys. But yeah, guys, enjoy the rest of the weekend. As always, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And I'll catch you guys again very soon. Enjoy the rest of the weekend and God bless you. Peace.